Hey guys, and welcome back to the WD Black Cup powered by AMD Ryzen. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster today. And joining me on the panel is Red Bro. I'm so excited to cast with you today. I don't think we've done it all of this WD Black Cup. How are you feeling, Red Bro?
I'm feeling really good, and yeah, it's been a long time since we've casted a tournament match together, so I'm really looking forward to this amazing match between these two blockbuster teams.
All right, let's head into the map veto screen. We are going to watch Reckoning Esports go up against Global Esports here in the upper bracket of the semifinals. So as you know, both these teams, they have not dropped a single game. So for map number 1, we're going to have Haven. Map 2 is Bind, and if we are lucky for a map 3, it is going to be on Split. What are your thoughts going into this matchup? Both these teams, they haven't dropped a single one. They still have a second chance. If they don't make it through, they're going to go to the lower bracket. Going on to Haven, I mean, that is just a Jets playground right there.
Definitely, and we're going to be looking at both SK Rossi and IonQ on their respective jets whenever they get the operators or whenever they get an aggressive peek onto a particular angle. You know they're going to kill somebody on that particular side, so it's going to be interesting to see how they actually play around this. But both these teams, as you said, are very evenly matched, and that's going to be the most interesting part of this match right here. We might just see a game 3 coming out if they're actually in it to win it, which I'm pretty sure they are. Because remember, this is the upper bracket semifinals. Whoever wins goes to the upper bracket finals against Team Mahi, and that's going to be a tough competition as well. So really looking forward to see who actually trumps this particular duel of the devils.
Indeed, and I think it's really cool because both these teams have faced a little bit of success very much recently in the competitive scene. Global Esports taking a champions title, and with this roster, especially with the addition of SK Rossi and Lightning Fast, Global Esports, they are looking stronger than ever. Now we're going to take a look at Reckoning Esports. There has been a departure of Razor, and now stepping in is going to be BRZ. And who would have knew that he is fitting in like a perfect piece of a jigsaw puzzle? So Reckoning Esports in that respect, we've got IonQ, Rio, Triss, Clouda, BRZ. They are a force to be reckoned with. But GE, with their current state, it is going to be a little bit tough if we're going according to track records. I do think that Global Esports might have a little bit of an edge. So, let's take it to map number 1. It is going to be Haven. Here we can see Reckoning Esports. They got their game faces on. They're very much ready. It's great to see all of them just, with that little Reckoning Esports pride with the jerseys. I really like that. And Reckoning Esports as well, they will be starting out on the side of defense. Haven, it is known for its many sites. There's many opportunities. It's really up to Reckoning to kind of get themselves together and work on their strategy as a team.
Definitely, and with a map like Haven, you know that the attackers are going to be favored because of the fact that you have 3 sides to hold. It allows for all of these crazy rotations to come up when you actually pull in the defenders onto a particular side and make them rotate onto that, because they sense the impending pressure or the sense of danger that you impose as the attackers, and then you make a quick rotate towards the other side. And that is a potential that the defenders will always have to juggle up against. So it's going to be up to Reckoning to really try and predict what Global Esports are going to do in this particular scenario, as we do see them stacking up towards that C site. Even though a lot of people were focusing on towards A, they are going to go towards C. RG Triss is holding on to that garage area. GE Rossi, he's already in there onto the site. Global Esports already getting the plant down. They're going to play for that 5v5 post plant. It looks to be someone already holding on to the flanks here. The spike goes down, and right now the retake is on.
Global Esports a very clean entrance, and that's going to be first blood for SK Rossi onto Rio, but Ayan finds a return kill. Make that a double for SK Rossi, starting this map off with a bang. The Cloudburst just to block off a little bit of vision there onto Triss and Kappa Hellranger. They're going to pick up a kill each. SK Rossi ending the round off with a beautiful triple. That ghost on SK Rossi is extremely dangerous. His aim is just insane. Picking up 3 kills in that round alone, Global Esports, they're going to get the first point here.
Definitely, and the way that they actually pushed onto the C side, a lot of teams you see in competitive tournaments when they're playing on Haven, if they actually get a spike plant onto an empty site, they're more than happy to play the 5v5 retake. Both these teams are actually happy to play that 5v5 retake because it's a 50-50 going onto it. You see the many angles that you can actually approach C side from as the defender when you're facing a post plant scenario, and you just know that you can actually favor that sort of a situation instead of just going for a full rotate and getting the spike plant, avoiding or preventing the spike from being planted off. So that was a good decision coming out from Global Esports. The fact of the matter, Reckoning Esports, the fact of the matter was that SK Rossi just showed an individual brilliant performance and he just got 3 kills, no worries with that ghost, tapping heads. And that's what just led them to actually seal off that round, that post plant situation so well.
Indeed, and both these teams, they are running the exact same composition. So we can tell that, the ideas, the approach is very similar between Reckoning Esports and Global Esports. But right now there on the scoreboard, we do see a little bit of a push skills. He's going to pick up that Spectre lightning fast as well, and it's a typical fashion, to go into round 2 to maintain that lead, secure that 2 points, because every round counts. And when you're this late into the tournament, we are in the upper bracket of the semifinals here in this best of 3. Competition is heavy. One wrong move and it could cost almost everything that these teams have worked for. So we're going to have Ion and Clouder take up that duelist position. Trist, a very good sentinel, and BRZ, he's going to be that controller for the team. Rio, let's see if he's going to be able to get that information. Reckoning Esports on the side of defense. Trist with a very aggressive placement of that spy cam, but I do believe it's going to be taken out. Kappa with the owl drone just to scout out and get a little bit of information, but a very quick rush onto the seaside. Clouder with the wraparound, and Lightning Fast turns around. He's going to pick up that double. Great bit of anticipation, 72 HP, and I think he is going to be pushed against. That's going to be Trist with a jumping first shot, picking up Lightning Fast, and meanwhile Skills is going to pick up BRZ. Roster finds Trist, and that is a wrap to the second round. Global Esports pushing over their lead, and we're going to head into the third round where we're going to see the full buys come through.
Lightning Fast being that anchor in that position on towards CT side, T-spawn, he knew exactly what he needed to do. He was sensing the rotation coming out from that mid-side area, and he just anticipated that and just used that to his advantage, getting the 2 quick kills and just breaking the backs of Reckoning Esports' rotation on towards that C-long area, potentially saving his team from a potential retake scenario. And they really didn't need to even fight a full force Reckoning Esports going onto it. They just went onto the side of the spike and relied on their Cypher to hold that flank angle. But we do see that they're now stacking up towards this mid side, opting to play for picks right here, and they might just get it. The curveball is up for Hellranger. He tries to entertain the thought, but he does not go for it. RGBRZ meanwhile spots out the Sova drone. That might signal to them that they might just push on towards mid or C site. RG Clouda is holding that garage area against 4 members. GE Kappa takes down RGBRZ in that C-long area. That's going to open up a really good position for GE to actually push up. The difference between these teams is just 1 R. That's what's making it difficult right now, as we do see RG Rio taking down SK Rocky, the Danger Man. Not before falling to GE Skills, though. RG Clouda, meanwhile, coming out from that garage side, takes down GE Hellranger, his counterpart. Meanwhile, Skills takes up the weapon. Now they're going in for a post-plant scenario. It's going to be a 3v2. GE Kappa's in that mid-wind window area. GE Skills is also right there. They're opting to hold this from the outside position, even though they have a numbers disadvantage. RG members are now pushing on towards it. The spike dart, the recon dart is taken down by RG Trist, but he's gonna pay for it with his life. The shock dart's gonna tag 1 though.
1 enemy
Fuse is
remaining.
going down, but the RGE Kappa fires it through the cyber cage, and even though RG Clouda attempted a Ferrari, PG Skills was right there in that angle, takes him down 3-0 to Global Esports.
That was great display of patience coming out from the side of Global Esports. They took it 1 step at a time, and Kappa managing to get that first pickoff ultimately opened a window of huge opportunity for Global Esports that closed down. They got the plant secured onto their B site, and mind you, it is really difficult to go for the B site, but I think it's a smart move by GE. They know that taking out one member that early, they could push that lead and go for that B side strategy. Now, we might just see them change it up, possibly go for C or A, but it's really important to keep in mind that when you're approaching Haven, rotations are everything because it is really easy to hold it down if you are going to be very straightforward, you're throwing in all your abilities, your defenders can anticipate what you're doing. It's not going to be a good time. We've seen so many teams get mowed down by just starting a round off and just immediately going for that one particular site. So that's going to be SK Rossi and Kappa pulling away from the A site. 4 defenders have rotated, and this is classic GE. They bamboozle you, they create all that noise, they make you think what they want you to think. And that's how Outrager looking to clear the site. BRC, he's hiding in the dark cover. It's not going to be a good look for GE.
He uses the paranoia on towards the planter here. 2 shots up the shorty. Takes down GE skills, not before the spike is down though. GE Kappa takes him down with good effect with that Vandal. And again, the 4v4 is on. GE lightning fast finds that angle, but RG drifts with a return shot on the Sheriff with a headshot as Hellranger pops the run it back. He's gonna get spotted out by the recon dart before going on towards the CT side. RG Rio knows he's there. He uses the Sheriff to headshot him back to his original place. RG Rossi. G Rossi has already taken down 1. He takes down 2. The Ion Q is already down. GE Kappa takes down Rio on from that spawn area. Even though the Sheriff buys were actually looking to be a good decision, they got those headshots off and they had the angles covered. At the end of the day, GE in those post-plant scenarios, Reckoning just don't have an answer for that.
Indeed, Global Esports looking so comfortable there on the side of attack. RGE, they also did not have, the best buys, but now moving into this 5th round, we can see a huge investment coming in from Ion Q. He's going to pick up that
operators.
Yeah, and a little bit of light armor to work with. SK Rossi, he has that up ready as well. 2 ultimates available for Global Esports. And this is going to be BRC with the operator as well. So 2 ops on the side of defense. They got to make those shots count because if they don't pick off a kill and they're rushed, they're ultimately going to be put in a very dangerous spot. Now Ion Q bringing it back onto the A site. A little bit of an aggressive stance earlier, but that is going to be a kill for Ion Q onto SK Rossi. 1 down and 4 more to go for the side of defense.
Duel of the Giants right there that we just witnessed here, Apollonia. 2 operators, 2 jets. 1 comes out on top, and it is going to be Ion Q for this particular round. SK Rossi is going to be reeling from that one. He's going to want a revenge round going on to the subsequent rounds of this particular match, but we do see Ion Q holding on to that A short area. Such a menacing player. Whenever you know that he's onto that particular position, you know he's going to be holding that angle really, really well. As the paranoia comes down, it's going to prompt a push coming out from the side of Global Esports. RG Triss gets taken down from within his own cyber KG. Lightning fast, picking up 2 huge kills onto him right here onto the site. G Kappa meanwhile to take down Rio before losing his teammate onto there. RG Cloud pops his own run it back. Is not going to spot out the Sova on that right side. G Kappa taking him down, sending him back to that CT side. He's going to try and push on towards the dark cover. The curveball is out. It's going to blind 2 people, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to get 1 kill, though. BRC meanwhile gets a kill onto GE Kappa. He's going to rush with the classic. Almost gets the triple tap, but GE Skills is able to pick up the operator and the final kill. 4-0 is the scoreline.
This is a downright dominating performance coming out of Global Esports here. 5-0. We haven't quite seen something like this. Usually it's a bit more of a back and forth situation. But Global Esports on Haven, I do believe it is one of their stronger maps. And that is because SK Rossi is just almost unstoppable here. He has a total of 7 kills. And what has been really great about GE as well is that Kappa has been holding his own. And right now he's up there with SK Rossi. He has the ultimate ready, so the skills and SK Rossi. BRC with a very aggressive push. He's gonna find a 1-shot onto skills there. Beautifully done. Great use of the Bucky. You gotta get up close just to be able to pick up that kill. And it's great for Reckoning Esports to have that pay off. Now with the man advantage, we're gonna see a huge rotation from the side of defense onto the A site. But the spike, it is in a safe position. And it is not very close to A, where Reckoning Esports, they're anticipating that, but Global Esports, they seem to be able to stay 1 step ahead. Now Rio with the shot darts, not exactly gonna get a kill or do much damage there to Lightning Fast, but Rio playing it safe. And it is an equal round half buy for the side of Reckoning Esports.
It looks to be that Global Esports do not know the fact that Reckoning are nowhere near that C-side position. They have one member positioned, RG Rio, in towards that B-side area, but all four members are right there. RG Rio with that cheeky peek on towards Lightning Fast takes him down. Meanwhile, Global Esports are now finally pushing onto the C area. As I said, they did not have that information that there's no member of Reckoning on towards the C side, but they're not gonna complain about that. They're just gonna waltz in with the shot guards, with the recon guards, pushing onto this particular side, getting the spike plant down for C long. That's the thing that you want to do when you're facing off against a numbers disadvantage. As we do see all members of Reckoning now scurrying towards this particular side. They're enveloping the entire map. We do see Clouda coming in from that C long area, as we do have 3 members now of Global Esports holding on to that particular spike plant.
This is a really good retake coming from Reckoning Esports. It seems like Cloud is trying to come in from the back from C-Long. And here it is. The retake is going on. Kappa's going to find first kill onto Rio. Now with the man advantage, Reckoning Esports. SK Rossi, he's going to take down Triss. Make that a triple for Kappa. Last man standing is Clouda. He finds one. And it's down to the 1v1 between both the Phoenixes. Hellraiser's right behind. And that's going to be a takedown for Hellraiser on the side of Global Esports. And we can see that big smile on his face. Unfortunate, but that was a really good position for Hellraiser, just hiding behind that platform, able to take out Clouda without even the least bit of suspicion.
That looked to be Reckoning Esports. The way that they actually retook that side, that was the closest they've been to securing a round. Even though the rounds were pretty close, I think that was the one that almost clinched it if GE Hellranger did not find himself in that position, unwittingly finding out Clouda in that particular, unwittingly finding out Clouda in that defuse situation. It would have been one of Reckoning's rounds, but unfortunately it wasn't. Hellranger opting to pick up that final kill and sealing the round for his team. It is a 6-0 scoreline though. Even though GE are leading this particular charge on attack, bear in mind that Haven is an attacker-oriented map, so we are not going to count out Reckoning Esports just yet. As we do know that when the halves flip and the attacker and defenders roles flip between these two teams, it's going to be anybody's game, given the fact that both these teams are so evenly matched. As a push comes down on towards this B side from 3 members of Global Esports. They're going to get this plan off. RG gets taken down by Lightning Fast. He's been an absolute anchor here. Almost botched the spray on towards RG. Just comes out as better. RG Clouda. Meanwhile, using that curveball, the great effect takes out SK Rossi, but GE Hellranger is right there with the backside cover with the Vandal, and RG IonQ now finds himself stranded alone against 4 members of Global Esports.
Double kills for Lightning Fast and Hellranger. That was huge for the side of GE. IonQ, last man standing, and I do believe that the best decision to make in this scenario is for him to go for the save. He's just got to take care of that operator. And it seems like Global Esports are not exactly interested in looking for him, or are they? Because if Kappa continues on his way, he might just come into contact with IonQ. And there's not enough time. Spike does go boom, but that is the 7th round secured for Global Esports, not dropping a single round to Reckoning Esports. GE did not come to play today. They put their foot down. They're going to show us what they're made of. And this is what is really interesting, okay? Because this is Haven, right? We've always talked about it for months and months on end. When we looked at Haven, we analyzed this map. We see it as an attack favorite map. And what Global Esports is doing is setting the pace and forcing Reckoning Esports to answer to their rotations, to what they want to do. They are ultimately controlling the entire pace of map number 1 here. And Reckoning Esports, they're having a hard time holding it down. But you see, they've got to rake up at least, 4 rounds. Magic number 4, we talk about that. If Reckoning Esports can get 4 rounds on the side of defense, it'll be a lot easier for them to try to look for a comeback in the second half.
Definitely 4 rounds is the magic number. 5 would be best, but it would be a little bit too much to ask for Reckoning right now, given the fact that they have broken half buys going on to this particular 8th round of the match. If IonQ is able to pull a rabbit out of the magic hat, they might just be able to win out this particular round on towards that defensive side. But the way that Global Esports have been playing, it looks to be highly unlikely unless they have, let's say, a matching firepower going on to the rounds. 4 rounds looks to be the most optimal place to be for Reckoning right now. But we're not going to count them out just yet. But as you said, Global Esports, the way that they've actually been controlling the pace of the match with their rotations, with their pullbacks and everything, it just lends itself to how you should play as an attacker on Haven. You should always prompt the defenders to make those crazy rotations, make those huddles on towards the side that you have a lot of pressure on, and then just relieving that pressure and sending 2 or 3 people on towards the other side so that you can catch the defenders off guard on towards that one particular side. And GE is just abusing that fact to the max, given that fact. And the way that they've actually been going onto this match as well, lightning fast with his amazing holds in that particular anchor positions, he's been an absolute rock for this team, cutting out the rotations from RGE like a beast here. And that is also proving to be a quintessential part of why GE is able to control that map so well. They're able to cut off the rotations. Not only are they able to cut off the rotations, they're also able to dictate the rotations. So they actually predict where they're going to be. And lightning fast, he can just position himself onto the incoming enemies and just get the sprays on those off angles and just get 1 or 2 kills.
I agree, and you can see that momentum is also riding extremely high for the side of GE. To be able to approach attack, they understand that they've got to create a ruckus. They understand that they got to play the mind games, and they're doing exactly that with Reckoning Esports. What you would think is that after 7 rounds, Reckoning Esports would have caught on that the fact that they are rotating too quick to a particular site, anticipating the push of GE, it is ultimately kind of not working in their favor because of those huge rotations that they make. GE end up picking a different site. They go for that, and the retake all in all becomes very difficult because the post-plant positions from the side of Global Esports, they have done their homework, they've done their practice, they know exactly where to look. It's almost like they're reading every bit of movement from Reckoning Esports. And if RGE is able to just find a way to catch GE off guard, it could be the start of a string of very different events. But identifying that is going to be the first obstacle, definitely, for Reckoning Esports.
Definitely. And now going on to the next round, it is going to be interesting to see if Global Esports are able to continue their onslaught here, because if they are, they will be able to go in with a very, very strong economy. They're going to be able to go in with a very strong economy onto that next round because they already have a lot of money to spare. Reckoning Esports, on the other hand, however, if they do win out this round, they're going to have to full buy, and they're not going to have that economic advantage going on to the subsequent rounds as well. So for Reckoning, they really need to win out 2 or 3 rounds in quick succession, maybe drop the 4th round because you'll have an economic advantage going on to the last round before the half switches. But if that doesn't happen, they're going to be in big trouble going on to attack, because even though Haven is an attacker-oriented matchup, map, it's still pretty difficult to break Global Esports defense on this particular map. And I do hope that Reckoning is up for it after taking 4 rounds on this particular map.
Indeed, during this time, there is a bit of a tactical pause, but not to worry, you guys. We'll be back with the action very soon. But let's just talk about, more about the players, the individual players and whatnot. It's great that you mentioned the second half where, when Global Esports, they have to go onto the defensive side. SK Rossi with that operator is definitely going to be a hard one, even in the second half. So Reckoning Esports, I think to go back to the point that you made, if anything, they've got to put their foot down and do something about it right here. As Global Esports, they take this one, that is going to be 8 points, and Hellranger there going to find a kill onto Triss. A very quick attack onto C, a different approach from GE. They usually go for the rotation. Rio and BRC, they're ready, and Hellranger's going to find a kill of his own, but it's down to the 3v3, and that is going to be the Hunter's Fury pumped by Kappa. Cloud is going to take out Lightning Fast, and now Global Esports caught in a little bit of a pickle. This is the toughest time that they have had ever since this map has started. Now the recall bolt spotting out Kappa. He does have Hellranger right around the corner. Mind you, both these players have extremely good synergy, having been in the GE roster since the start. Make that a triple for Hellranger, picking up that kill onto INQ.
Now Rio has that operator inside. He's going to hold that C-long area like it's nothing. They have the spike plant. They have the spike down in that seaside area, and that's going to be a very precarious situation as the recon dart spots out 2 of them. Hellranger goes in with that remaining. He could not get the last kill onto Rio, unfortunately, even though he's getting tags really low here. RG Kappa opting to make that swing on towards Rio, gets him taken down. He's going to use the recon dart on towards that seaside. Is he able to get it? He will. However, RG Cloud takes him down before the round actually finishes. And that's going to be the first round to Reckoning Esports. Now, that was one of those rounds that were just really, really topsy-turvy. And that was just a coin toss of a round for both these teams. They had a 2v2 going on to that. The spike was down in the C side, as you said. Global Esports, they opted to try a different approach. They were slow and steady going on to there. They were baiting out the rotations from Reckoning Esports on this particular map. They were going towards A and then rushing towards C. For this particular round, they fancied their chances, rushing towards C. Did not work out for them because of the broken buys and the Buckies and the Spectres going on to that. RG Clouda, though, using that Spectre to great effect in that particular round, taking down 3 people and just absolutely sealing the deal for his team. As you see, Global Esports going on towards that aggressive peak in that A-long area. Ion Q is right there, takes SK Rossi down. Round 2 did not go to him. We do have a 4v5 coming out from Global Esports. Not looking to be the best round for them so far, given the context of this match so far, but it's not over yet.
Indeed, SK Rossi losing his life there, but Hellraiser's gonna pick up that operator and find a return kill of his own. Meanwhile, BRZ skills, 1-for-1 trade, but Clouda makes that in favor of Reckoning Esports. The side of defense, I think they finally caught on to what GE is doing and holding it down, no quick rotations. Now they're very spread out. They've got to rely on that communication. Hellranger sneaking onto the A site. He does realize that there's one up there in heaven as he watches the back of Kappa, who's looking to secure that plant. And to secure it, Kappa, he does the job. Hellranger tosses out those hot hands and just waiting for the right opportunity. Cloud is going to come in from the back and pick up Kappa, make that another kill for Rio. Reckoning Esports, they find their second round this time, back to back, and this is what we like to see. G, you know, you broke it down for us. The first round that Reckoning secured, it was due to the fact that GE came in with a very quick rush. Now this second round, we did see SK Rossi play a very aggressive stance, and he lost his life there. So, you know, very minute things can definitely open a window of opportunity for a particular team. But it's great to see that Reckoning Esports, they're able to identify and analyze what it is that GE is doing and look for a way to kind of combat that.
Right, and it is so important for RGE to win out these two consecutive rounds. The way that they actually went onto it was absolutely, they took it like a champ and just went in ham. RG Clouda now putting himself on the top of the scoreboard for his team with the 9 kills on the scoreline right now. RG INQ hasn't been able to find his stride right now in terms of the insane operator plays that we know him for. But if once he actually gets activated, it's going to be hell to pay for Global Esports. But it hasn't happened yet, mind you. Global Esports are going to be wheeling for that loss right here. And we do see a combined push coming out towards this B-side area. GE Skills takes that refrag on towards BRC, but not before losing the danger man, SK Rossi. Kappa is still alive, the top fragger right here. We do see Global Esports again, deja vu playing out in my mind as they find an empty C site to get the spike plant off. And it's going to be all members of Reckoning holding onto that outside A area. I am really perplexed as to what they're doing right now.
Now the spike is ticking, and it is against the side of defense. Hellranger, he's going to be taken out by Clouda, meeting up with 2. Right there in the window, Skills traversing through the garage. And he's about to come into contact with Ayan. He picks up a kill, and it's down to an even playing field. Skills looking to set up those dark covers, just to buy a little bit more time for the side of Global Esports. Lightning fast, hiding in his cyber cage. The spike is ticking. There's not enough time. Lightning fast, finding Rio. And the last 2 members on the side of Reckoning Esports. Strength is gonna fall. McLeod is gonna pick up Lightning fast, 1v2 scenario, and he's not gonna be able to save that gun as Skills makes it a trouble for himself. Beautiful headshot with that Phantom. Make that the 8th point for Global Esports. You can see spirits are high. The momentum, the energy coming out from Global Esports with this huge 6-round lead. A scoreboard 8-2. GE, they came into the semifinals, and looking at the outcome, this is everything that they could have possibly wished for and definitely wanted.
Let us hunt.
Definitely, and They just look to be in a state of panic right here. As Reckoning Esports found 2 rounds in a row. They came back onto their strides. They found themselves back. They got their bearings straight, and they just went in with that particular round to show a dominant performance here. RG Rio caught in a very bad situation here against SK Rossi. Dashes in for that kill with the Spectre. Now, he does not know that RG Triss was holding on to that a short area on that box side. And now against that Phantom, he's going to take down G Kappa, though. He's going to be facing off against the onslaught of another player here. Just GE Hellranger is on that A-long area. He's going to run back towards it, but the neural theft is going to show that Global Esports have found themselves on towards Seaside again. It's going to be a fan favorite for them right now as IonQ pushes that flame wall against Hellranger, takes him down, and the post-plan situation is on 2v2. RG IonQ is now pushing himself towards that particular side. Lightning fast reaction times indeed. Taking down IonQ as soon as he peeked his head out through the box area, and RG Triss is now left to clutch this out on his own against 2 members of Global Esports.
Triss here. Last man standing, 45 HP. And it is a C-long plant. Triss moving himself across, but this is going to be a tough one. He taps onto the spike, and we do see Lightning Fast showing himself. Triss checking all angles, but it's not exactly going to be in his favor. He's firing away, trying to pick up that kill on skills before the spike goes boom, and there's nothing he can do in this circumstance. Triss just gonna take it, and he goes down. Make that the 9th point for Global Esports as we move into the last round before the swap. I think Triss tried to play that round as best as he could, but hey, it was a C-long plant. There was a lot of time for the last 2 members on the side of GE to get into a very good position. Nothing much that Triss could have done, and he seems to be having a little bit of a tough time here. But nonetheless, last round before the swap, if Reckoning Esports can secure this, it would be a lot better for them if they're looking for that huge comeback in the second half.
Definitely, and it looked to be that the Cypher is not really the most ideal agent going on towards this retake scenarios unless you have a camera on towards the side and you on towards that side area. It looks to be BRZ being pushed up against the Phoenix to run it back. He's gonna get taken down by G Hellranger in that backside area though. He has no respite despite using the paranoia to try and stop him in his tracks. RG Cloud are now pushing on towards him. Triss gets the return frag on towards G Lightning Fast and Kappa. Revenge story coming out from him just might. And now RG IonQ and the rest of his teammates are here. G Rossi meanwhile, what? He found 2 unsuspecting members of Reckoning Esports in that B-side area and just mows them down. No worries before falling here. RG Clouda, you gotta take your weapon out when you're pushing on towards that side, buddy. G Hellranger is right there in B window area, takes him down while GE Skills now goes for another plant onto this C-long area. They favored this spot heavily. But right now, the person who's surviving is none other than RG IonQ. We've seen him ace a lot of rounds, and we've seen him get multi-kills every single time whenever we've seen him in action against teams. Is he going to be able to pull out some of his magic right now, or is he going to fall to the pressure of these 2 team members here? He misses the off shot onto G Hellranger, and he's going to be punished for it. 10-2 the scoreline going out to the second half. It's GE's game to win.
Double digits on the board for Global Esports. They have come up massive, and we can see the sheer improvement. Let's just have a quick look at the scoreboard here, and we do see Kappa, Hellranger, both with 12 kills each. And this is what I'm talking about, because SK Rossi, there was a period of time where, you know, he's always kind of stealing the show. He's right there at the top, but you can't forget about every single member on the side of GE, because Kappa, he's gonna pop off when he has to. Being the initiator of the team, I felt that he really did his job getting all that info and fragging out of his mind as well. And Hellranger on that duelist role, on that Phoenix, the one to use those abilities and support his Jet there. SK Rossi, they did an extremely good job on the side of Reckoning Esports. Cloud is going to be the one with 12 kills, but he's taken out immediately by Kappa, and it's back to the pistol rounds here. Reckoning Esports on the side of attack. Global Esports, they're going to hold down the fort.
Right now, RGE lose out one of their key members here in the form of Clouda. They're gonna have to do something amazing here as GE now anticipate the fact that they're going on towards this A side area as Rossi's trying to find a tap on towards IonQ. He does get the tap on towards him to heaven, but RG Rio has other plans. Bangs him to the door, to the window, and just absolutely takes him down. It's now gonna be a 3v4 situation as RG is now gonna go in for that retake scenario. I mean, G is gonna go in for that retake scenario. RG Kappa finds RGBRZ in this particular dark cover. The spike tap is on. All members are now scurrying in this A short area. It's a flurry of bullets right here, ladies and gentlemen. G Hellranger finds one. RG Tris finds two. But not before the spike gets defused and the defenders win out. G Skills gets that last kill, and the spike has been defused. My goodness, that was a cluster. That was a really clustered area of players in that A short area, and it looked to be anyone's round as bullets just were flying left, right, and center, but somehow GE find themselves at the top of the pile.
Indeed. That was a really hectic round, just so many things happening. But what it boils down to in a situation like that is going to be a communication. And Global Esports having 3 members left alive. Tris, amazing that he picked up 2 kills. That definitely is going to help his economy. But Global Esports, they're going to come out on top. And if anything, if Reckoning, they're looking to still contest this map number 1, they've got to come back right now. It is going to be tough, but we do see the force buys here. 5 Spectres for the side of Reckoning Esports, and IonQ is going to put that to use as he takes out SK Rossi, who had a Marshall, but now is no longer going to be in use. The spike has been planted on the B site. Hellranger coming in from B Link, and this is going to be Lightning Fast and skills from C Link. Lightning Fast on site. Reckoning Esports in their post-plant positions, but their dark cover is going to wedge a little bit of a gap in between both teams. Now as it disappears, Cloud is going to find Lightning Fast. Skills going for the defuse, and their shots fired everywhere. Down to a 3v3. Skills is going to get the defuse and make that a match point for the side of Global Esports. A team ace? What is going on here, Red Bro?
Oh my goodness, the way that Global Esports piled bodies on towards Skills as he was going for that defuse was so well coordinated. They blocked the shock darts, they blocked the bullets, they blocked 2 people holding either side of that B entrance, and that just worked out so beautifully for them. It was such a 50-50 scenario. You could have gone so wrong for Global Esports. RG had that one in the bag with those advanced positions outside of that B area. It was all theirs to lose, and lose they did. Global Esports now sitting on match point. They're gonna hold down the fort really well as RGE now contemplate a push on towards this garage area. RG Cloud is now leading the charge. He's gonna peek out and find 2 members. Not gonna be able to withstand the onslaught of the Phantom coming out from GE Hellranger. First blood goes to Global Esports, and now they have a 5v4 to go with, and the running back has been taken down. IonQ falls to GESK Rossi, however. It's going to be a revenge story coming out from him, though. RG Tris, meanwhile, pushing under the cover of that Hunter's Fury, opts to use that weapon here. And right now, all the hopes of RGE for this particular match rest on the shoulders of Rio. He has a half shield. He has 100 HP and a Phantom. Is he going to be able to clutch this out? Here's the footsteps of all hungry members of GE coming out. He's not going to be able to get the kill. GE Skills picks up the last kill on towards him. And Global Esports pick up game 1 of this best of 3 series.
What an explosive performance from the side of Global Esports. They came in and completely shut down Reckoning Esports. A scoreline of 13-2 this late into the tournament is truly remarkable. Global Esports, they are definitely speculated to be one, if not the best team, at least here in this tournament. And, you know, to that title, to that speculation, they are going to try and stick to that. That was a brilliant performance. And here on the instant replay, we saw it was all over for that Sova there. And we can see here on the scoreboard, Kappa and Hellranger, they're going to be at the top with the exact same average combat score of 295 and 16 kills. I think that speaks volumes. Now let's head over into the WD Black match highlights and talk a little bit more about what happened here in map number 1 in this best of 3. So I'm going to start off with Reckoning Esports. This is a team that has been around for a really long time in the competitive scene of Valorant, and Reckoning Esports now with a very different roster. There's no longer Razor, it's going to be DRC stepping in. Never mind that, it seems like they had a really tough time with Global Esports. I think what it came down to, there was a little bit of a gap between the strategy and between the ability to kind of analyze and adjust yourself to how your opponents play. I think in Reckoning Esports, they could have worked a little bit more on those aspects, go back to the drawing board and have kind of a bit more of a different approach for map number 2. I do believe we will see the true essence of Reckoning Esports. And on the side of Global Esports, I mean, they are absolutely on fire. We love SK Rossi with the operator, but you gotta give props to Kappa and Hellranger. There were many times where Kappa got very valuable information. He got the opening kills, the first bloods to open up a wide range of possibilities for his team. And Hellranger as an IGL to be able to give out all those calls as well as throw out the abilities like the curveball, to pop them running back, to find those opportunities for his team. I think he played absolutely amazing. What are your afterthoughts here, Ribro?
For that one, for this particular match, the scoreline suggests that Global Esports had a dominating performance, which they actually did. They played all around better throughout the rest of the game, but there was very little that Reckoning Esports did wrong in terms of their macro play or in terms of their overall play. They had the sites locked down. They consolidated control over one side to anticipate a push coming out from Global Esports. They went in for the 5v5 retakes, which is a common thing that you see in competitive Valorant all the time. And they went in for those rotations to envelop that particular site where Global Esports had that particular plant down. It was the call of the IGL and Lightning Fast holding onto those anchor positions, cutting off the rotations, and actually using that to an advantage to kind of push back that sort of retake coming out from Reckoning Esports. Global Esports, the way that they used Lightning Fast to cover those rotations, the way that they prompted the rotations coming out from Reckoning Esports. Not only did they control the entire movement of their opponents all across the map, they used it to their advantage by positioning key players in those choke points and really just absolutely dominating the rotations coming out and just preventing any semblance of a retake coming out from Reckoning Esports. And that is something that we need to appreciate coming out from Global Esports. The way that they set up their macro plays, the way that they actually dictate the pace of the match with these sorts of plays and the calls is going to be something that Reckoning has to decipher in the coming maps if they are to take this to game 3. And Reckoning as a team, I know that all of their players are very, very skilled individually, but Global Esports, that the way that they actually took down the macro control was just on another level. So we're going to be going on to map 2 very, very soon, and I'm really looking forward to what we have in store.
Indeed, 13-2. Congratulations, Global Esports, for taking map number 1. But there still is more action to come in this best of 3 of the upper bracket in the semifinals. So, guys, remember to stay tuned. We are going to prepare for map number 2. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We really appreciate you guys joining us. Remember, grab the best deals on WD Black products and our e-commerce partners, as well as multitask and game with ease with AMD Ryzen's 5000 series processors. Check out the links in the description. You're not going to regret it. Treat yourself while you're at it. So without further ado, we're going to prepare for map number 2, and we'll see you guys very shortly. Hey guys, and welcome back to the WD Black Cup powered by AMD Ryzen. We're ready with map number 2 in this upper bracket of the semifinals between Reckoning Esports and Global Esports. So let's head straight into the map veto screen and have a look at which map will be up next. So for map number 1, we did see Haven, and it was a very dominant performance from the side of Global Esports, taking the win 13-2. Now we're going to head into Bind, and that's going to be map number 2. How do you feel about this, Red Bro? What do you think is going to come out of this between Reckoning Esports and Global Esports?
So basically, Unbind is just a flip of Haven. When you look at Haven, you know it's an attacker-oriented map, which Global Esports used to perfection, by the way. Bind is just all about that defense and slow push aggression coming out from either side. If you're playing on attack, whether you're playing on defense, it really doesn't matter. The team that holds the angles in the best possible ways, and they predict the rotations coming out from the attackers, is gonna win it out. Because of those narrow corridors you have to navigate through in order to get to a particular site. A site has that A short area which is covered by U-Haul and that massive area of that truck area and the green box area, not to mention that angle that Heaven holds for a particular operator perked up on that particular spot. So A is one of the difficult sites to crack unless you have, let's say, a strategy or a breakthrough strategy that you want to push in with, coupled with smokes or flashes and everything. While B site is just all up and towards that hookah control. If you can get hookah control, you have a lot of angles to cover onto that site from. So it's going to be up to who controls that part of the map if you want to get onto B site. So it's all going to be up to controlling these small segments and these small narrow corridors for this particular map. And that's what makes Bind such an easy map to defend and such a hard map to actually crack because of this particular fact. So I'm really interested to see how Reckoning Esports are going to circumvent that defense coming out from Global Esports, and how GE actually uses their commanding power to actually drag RG all across the map with their rotations. Because bear in mind, there are teleporters and you can abuse them for quick rotations.
Indeed, and starting out on the side of defense is going to be Global Esports. On the side of attack, Reckoning Esports. So looking at the compositions, one thing that did catch my eye, which I'm really excited about, is Trist on that Raze. In the previous map, we did see Trist on more of a sentinel position, and that is very defensive. But now to be a duelist and to pick up something like Raze, which can be very mechanically intensive, you got the showstopper to work with, that is the ultimate, and the satchels as well. That can actually make a break. If you look for those really good flashy plays, Trist can definitely push Reckoning Esports up ahead. And what more, RGE, they need map number 2 to stay in this best of 3, because Global Esports, they have already secured 1. And one thing about Bind, it is definitely the playground of brimstone mains. So it's great to see both sides busting out that brimstone. It's going to be skills for GE and Clouder for RGE. So, we can see those game faces on. They're ready. And here is the pistol round, the first round. And Hellraiser is going to kick it off with a beautiful double kill, picking up first blood as well. And Reckoning Esports, this is not a great start. Make that a triple for Hellraiser. A headshot. And looks like the next contestant is coming in. But IIQ, he's not going to play with fire there. Hellraiser is an absolute madman.
And now he's rearing for more here, parks himself up towards that A short area, hoping to find 2 more members of RG IonQ. He has been the thorn on the side of RGE for the first round, taking off 3 members quickly across the board from that shower angle, holding on really, really well. RGE, meanwhile, they're going to make a bit of noise on towards this hookah area. Lightning Fast is right there on towards that pocket area. They have not checked it, and RGE Tristan's going to pay for it with his life, though. GE Kappa is going to come out towards from that garden area, takes down IonQ. Really convincing start from GE, not losing a single member in that particular round. My goodness, the plays coming out from individuals of GE. Hellranger, he got 3 kills in that particular round and rightfully rewards himself with a Vandal pickup. And that's going to be really, really interesting to see how he uses that to great effect against RGE's pushes. If he actually ends up losing it, it's going to spell doom for the side on the 3rd round going on towards defense. But if he can actually make it work, all power to him. He's going to perk himself on towards that heaven spot. He's going to play the role of a semi-operator because he knows that the people do not have shields, and he's going to be able to find those 1-taps given how accurate his aim is. But look at RGE. They're putting all resources on towards this hookah, and now they explode onto the side. RGE IonQ gets dangled within that particular side of the wall. Can't find the shot onto the tripwire. Almost gets killed by lightning fast before managing to pry himself off of that tripwire. The retake is on. G Hellranger takes down one. INQ is already down with a headshot on the Vandal. Right now, oh my goodness, the Molly takes down 2 members of RGE. How did that happen? The retake, it happened as fast as I could even dictate the situation, as I could commentate on the situation. GE, oh my goodness, Lightning Fast isn't the only Lightning Fast player on GE right now. All of their members just went onto this site, and RGE's members just fell left, right, and center like bowling pins. And Hellranger on 6 kills.
All right, a little bit of a silver lining there for Reckoning Esports. They did manage to get the plant down, but they were very clustered in the middle of that B site. And that Molly coming in from a Hellranger definitely burns 2 of the members on the side of RGE to a crisp. But hey, now we're going to get the full buys coming out. And there it is. We see a bunch of Phantoms and only a Vandal for BRZ. Now, Reckoning Esports, they gotta make this round count. They're hanging by a thread. If they let this map go, they're gonna head over down to the lower bracket. Now, SK Rossi spotted out by their recon bro, dashed in by Rio. He's gonna take that out. And Trist, he's gonna get a little bit of a taste of that from Kappa, pulling that back. RGE with a very slow approach as we move 10 seconds into the round. And this is Lightning Fast with the Bulldog. Global Esports, they don't have as strong firepower here, but you know what's going to be very important are the moves that you make, the first pickoffs. And Global Esports, they're not going for the aggressive stance, you know, with the exception of 2 of them there in hookah, but they're still going to hold it down. Reckoning Esports, it looks like they're trying to make a move up B short.
Hellranger uses that run it back, teleports through, and now they're going to prompt a rotation from Reckoning on towards this A-side area where SK Rossi is opting to pick up the operator. INQ dashes from under his sights. He takes out RG Cloud off before falling to Twitch, however. The Hellranger is right there with the flank on towards that U-Haul area. He came back with a run it back and took down 3 members. Again, 3 rounds, 3 kills on the board, 9-0-1. This man has been bossing it so far, Apollonia, and RGBRZ is going to be the only one left alive against 4 menacing members of GE. They're hungry for the kills. They're hungry to get this win as fast as they can, really using the defensive stride here. And GE Skills is going to pick that up really easily on towards RGBRZ. 3-0 the score line, and it looks to be deja vu of game number 1 for Reckoning Esports. Things looking quite up for Global.
Reckoning Esports, that was definitely a struggle for them there, but on that instant replay, Hellranger with the spray down. INQ did pick up a really nice kill there with the operator, but unfortunately that wasn't going to be enough. And now Reckoning suffering from that previous round. They've got to go for an eco, a little bit of a Wild Wild West situation there. 3 Sheriffs, a Frenzy, Cloud is going to have that Spectre. Now Kappa here with the Jiggle Peak onto B Long. And there is the drone going to spot him out. He does get tagged with the recon bolt, pulling it back. And their shots are fired. Kappa dashing out that recon bolt. And it seems like Global Esports, they've caught wind of the situation. SK Rossi coming in with the rotate. And this is going to be Trist with the satchel, making his way onto site. Lightning Fast, tagged by that shock dart. And he's got to be careful here. Trist with the Spectre. He's going to push the smoke, but it's just the right choice. He spots out 1, and he's going to sneak behind SK Rossi, but first he's going to take down 1. Make that a very sneak attack from the side of Trist. Hellranger curveball. Tag 2. He's spraying away. He's only going to be able to take out 1, then Skills is the last man standing. A brilliant bit of attack. The turret spots him out. That is valuable information for Reckoning Esports. And here comes the Molly Clouder with the arm, and that's going to be a thrifty round for Reckoning Esports. We know they have it in them, and that is exactly what it takes. Trist moving in to the backlines through that smoke, catching Rossi off guard. We need to see these calculated risks more from the side of RGE.
And definitely RG Trist took a chance with that push coming out from him. He had the Sheriff. He was going up against insurmountable odds when he pushed up towards that smoke area on going towards CT, but he got the jackpot with that kill on towards SK Rossi. They commandeer his operator. They now have a better economic situation than GE, the situation that was not so in the previous round. GSK Rossi takes down Ion Q, and right now RGE have lost their operator player here. They do spot him out with that recon bolt, though he senses a peek out coming out from RGE Clouda. The run out is just too much for him to deal with right now, but Hell Ranger, round 2 with his one and back, goes to the teleporter, gets taken out by Clouda. He's been the one player who's been absolutely landing all of his headshots whenever it mattered, and he did so again on towards that push coming out from Hellranger. Now they're perked up towards this particular position outside showers. And it looks to be that GE now sense that all of their opponents are now in that particular position that they need to really rotate to circumvent, to try and prevent the push coming out. But as you do see, slowly all members of Reckoning are now shying away from that position. They're going to use that spawn area. They're going to slowly rotate towards B. Only one member is there. It's only going to be RGE Rio in that, GE Kappa in that particular position. Near that elbow. Left. Right now, they have 30 seconds on the board. They're cautiously peeking out towards this B site. They're trying to check out the angles if they get spotted out by the spy cam before being taken down. The showstopper comes out from RG Trace. It's not going to find anybody, though, because there's nobody on site. But the plant still goes down. 4v4. The retake is on.
That showstopper not going to be put to any use, but the spike plant has been secured. And Reckoning Esports, they got to hold it down in the post-spot positions. A little bit spread out there. You can see one on C long, but he's going to push up onto side. BRC takes out Kappa. And as the spike is taking, Hellranger sets foot onto the side, and Skills is going to be able to find a kill. 2 members left on the side of Global Esports, but Hellranger makes it an even playing field. Skills, he's going for the defuse, and Hellranger's looking for the defense. He's going to find one of the Clouda, and now he takes out Rio as well. Make that a triple for Hellranger. Multi-kills, definitely his specialty today. Hellranger's absolutely on fire, just like Phoenix is.
He used the molly to such great effect in that garden area, pushing out RG Clouda. He knew he had to get his opponent to push out because the spike was being diffused by Kappa, and RG Clouda had to take that risk. He had to run out through the hot hands, and he took quite a bit of damage before actually being able to contest that from GE Hellranger. Gets taken down with one shot, and RG Triss unfortunately could not find the kill onto GE Hellranger on towards that hookah area. Now it's going to be an explosion on towards this B site. They're going to push on towards hookah. GE Kappa along with his teammate takes down RGBRZ. The recon drone's going to be out towards that B long area, but it's not going to be enough. Lightning fast takes down Triss on towards that hookah area. They now spot RG Clouda pushing up towards him. RG Kappa meanwhile takes him down. And it's going to be RG Rio, the sole surviving member of RGE, just with a sheriff. And all members of G are just going to close down on him. The curveball goes down. That's a meaningful kill for GE. And they take a quick revenge. They're making RG pay for that one round that they lost.
Seems to be a really tough time here for Reckoning Esports. You can see the pressure is on them, and the stakes are high. Reckoning Esports, we still do see them trying to change up their approach, at least on the side of attack. They take rounds slow, they try to go for the fast approach and whatnot. I think they gotta look a little deeper into that and try to get a bit more information. Definitely combo their abilities a lot more as well. But Hellranger, he's on fire. Do you see that 14 kills, 1 death? That is insane to me. Hellranger, he has the ultimate ready again. This is just nuts to me. And Hellranger has 14 kills with Kappa with 4. And Triss, he's at the top of the board for his team. He has 4 only. So, Hellranger's definitely on a different plane of existence. He is feeling his fantasy. And his callouts are definitely key because when it comes to RGE looking for the attack, the rotations coming in from Global Esports, they're just so quick. So at a snap of a finger, Hellranger, he knows exactly what Reckoning Esports is thinking. Now we're going to move into the next round as the barrier phase lifts up. Reckoning Esports, one step at a time. Triss just letting go of that boom bot. Not going to be able to pick up information other than that there are enemies very present in hookah. How is Reckoning going to translate this? They're spread out. They might be looking for a pickoff. Gills here. He's going to place a smoke down just to push Reckoning further back into the attacker side spawn. Here is the Hunter's Fury looking for a kill or some possible damage, but it's going to be rendered useless there on the side of Rio.
GE skill still pushed out towards that A site. He's now going to have to relegate that position. He's not going to have to leave it. GE, 2 members on towards this hookah site. They're going to anticipate that push coming out from RGE. They contemplate a rotate. They're playing a default position, as you can see themselves spread out all across the map. They have members at every single area. RG Rio has that spike near that A short area. Might prompt a rotation coming out from A. As 2 members already make a little bit of noise, and you see the entry fraggers now scurrying towards that B side area. Now it's going to be 2 people, only 1 person actually holding on to this A side. GE Skills is going to be the man there. RG Ion Q really holding on to that angle in a solid manner. Skills, here's the footsteps on towards the side and the spike plant, and they now come back onto A. The retake's going to be on. It's a 5v5 situation, and Hellranger uses his run it back. He's going to get spotted out by Ion Q in Showers area, but now they have the information that the Opera is holding that particular angle. The Cloudburst is not really going to block him off at that particular angle. He does not get to land the shot on towards the Sova, though. He has to re-peek and reposition on towards this A short areas. Lightning Fast is holding on to that A short area. He's contemplating a push, but he knows that a lot of people are obviously there. He's going to get taken down by RG Ion Q, but GE Skills is going to take down Chris. RG Ion Q is going to take down Skills. The orbital strike comes out, prompting GE Kappa off that particular defuse situation, and SK Rossi and Hellranger, it's all going to be up to them to circumvent this particular thing. GE Hellranger takes down 1. He's not going to be able to get another one here. Cloud is going to be able to want to take him down, getting the final say in the game. And RGE, the way that they actually control the rotations coming out from GE actually made the GE gig, taste a little bit of their own medicine, if I may say so, on Haven.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely, they just went in on towards an unsuspecting RGE and got the plant off. I mean, an unsuspecting GE, and they got the plant off, and they were able to hold it down really, really well. Ion got 2 critical kills, mind you, and that was what led them to getting that particular round.
Indeed, INQ with that double, it was just massive. And he's got to keep looking for those opportunities, but it's so difficult when GE just kind of shuts them down. But there it is. We can see well that Reckoning Esports has what it takes. Now with 3 members in hookah, this is Global Esports turning it up a notch. Now, Lightning Fast on that Cypher, we usually see more teams run the Killjoy, but Lightning Fast, he's known to be so good on that particular pick, able to just rely on his sheer aim and firepower to get these takedowns. Now Lightning Fast here, and it seems like I might have jinxed him a little bit there as BRZ connects the headshot, takes him out, and now GE with a man down. Reckoning Esports, they're looking to push the A site. Hellranger, he's gonna pump that curveball, connects 2, picks up a kill with a beautiful wall bang, and Skills, he's there to back up his buddy. The synergy between Skills and Hellranger is absolutely insane. Skills with the stim beacon. INQ is gonna whip out that op and take him out. BRZ with the second kill. The spike has been planted. SK Rossi and Kappa are the last 2 standing, and they might just pull this back. They're gonna go for the save and give this round over. They're not gonna challenge Reckoning Esports. They're gonna tell them that they have rightfully taken control over the A site. 3rd point to them.
Rightfully so. They have to save this operator because it was a really, really strong investment going on to this particular round. They do not have the credits to spare to buy another one right now. GE Skills has 4,400 remaining for the next round. It's going to be able to relieve a little bit of the pressure that they faced off against Reckoning. It's going to be 2 rounds in a row on the scoreboard for RGE, though. Now they finally found their stride in terms of attacking, in terms of understanding how to actually make GE buckle under the pressure of those quick rotations before concentrating onto a particular site, pulling them in under that pressure, and then relieving it, using those teleporters and using those quick small gaps within the map to really rotate on towards the other side, finding 1 or 2 unsuspecting members with that quick rotation. GE, they've seen this before, though. They've done it themselves, which is why it's perplexing how they're constantly falling for this particular play coming out from RGE. It's the same thing that happened for the past 2 rounds, and they're going to need to be a little bit slower with their rotations coming out. They do have the teleporters in mind. They do have the teleporters. It's only been used by Hellranger when he uses the run it back. It's not been used by any other member effectively to actually circumvent a rotate. So Recon Dart's going to find out Hellranger. The Hot Hands is going to stop any semblance of push coming out as the paint shells. What an amazing use of the grenade right there by RGE Twist. He knew someone was right there on the tap side because of the hot hands. Use the paint shells, peeks him out, and blind fires through the smoke. RGI on Q, meanwhile, bossing it with that operator. Peeks down, SK Rossi takes him down out of that map, and it's going to be a huge chess piece for GE removed from their defensive side. It's going to ease a lot of the pressure for RGE as now they push on towards B side with consolidated numbers.
Indeed, SK Rossi going down there on the A side. RGE, they're not going to push that side where they got the takedown. They're going to go for the B side. And Global Esports, they're reading exactly into their movements. And here comes Trist on that raise. And he's going to get sprayed down from behind. Lightning Fast with the double. Make that a triple. Lightning Fast is on fire, holding the fort down for the team. Skills to wrap everything up. Global Esports read into Reckoning's movements one by one. They weren't phased at the fact that they lost SK Rossi, and after about 15 seconds realized that, hey, Reckoning took down SK Rossi, they're still not pushing for the A side, they're definitely gunning for B. And with that quick rotation, they immediately shut them down. And I think this was the problem because Trist, he made such a huge entrance onto B side, but he didn't check the hookah position. So for Global Esports to take such an aggressive stance, that is where they played the mind games, and I think it was absolutely beautiful. Now moving into the next round, Trist with the boom bot, Lightning Fast gonna take that out. SK Rossi with that nasty shot on the operator, he's gonna take out first blood.
Meanwhile, RG Cloud and GE Lightning Fast holding the stalemate position right here. RG Cloud is going to check that left angle right now, but he's going to fall to Lightning Fast with the Lightning Fast reflexes. No one's going to peek him out, and RG INQ again takes down SK Rossi. He's not been able to find a break against this guy right here with the operator. No worries as Lightning Fast is right there along with GE skills. Takes down IonQ. Lightning Fast has been absolutely dominating this particular game, and he showcases it again with another 3 kills on the board for him. My god, the Cypher is the most dangerous player right now on Bind. Hell, nothing's being taken away from Hellranger right there, buddy. 17 kills, 3 deaths. These two players just pushing GE to greater heights. 7-3 the scoreline.
Yes, this should do.
This is definitely a lot closer as compared to map number 1, and it's great to see that Reckoning Esports, they did indeed go back to the drawing board and figured out a few things. But Global Esports, there's still a long way for Reckoning to kind of catch up to them. Now into the next round, SK Rossi with the operator, and it seems like INQ has been the bane of his existence time and time again. And INQ comes back. The battle is on. SK Rossi and INQ. There is the Cloudburst and SK Rossi dashing out all 3. Here comes Hellranger with the running back. He's gonna move forward. The curveball coming in. SK Rossi picking up a kill onto BRZ. Skills now. Meanwhile, in showers, we do see a bit of a rotation from the side of attack, and they are in hookah. Now, Lightning Fast with a very cleverly placed spy cam is going to spot out the 2 attackers on site. Hellranger, he's ready to make something happen. The spike has been planted. A man disadvantage for the side of attack, and now they just got to defend for their lives. Hellranger with the hot hands going to burn one of them, and IonQ! That Bucky's gonna come in useful, but Hellranger's going for the defuse, and Rio's the last man standing. And there it is. Global Esports, 4 men left alive. That's gonna be the
last
8th
round
point.
in the half.
Lightning Fast seems to be finding something really funny as well as skills, but you can see the spirits are definitely high on the side of GE.
The way that they've come onto this particular map, the last 3 rounds have just absolutely been explosive coming out from GE. The way that they approached RGE's aggression and met it head on towards that approaches on towards the site has been absolutely phenomenal. SK Rossi, he got 1 kill finally with that operator on towards a particular member of RGE in the get-go. IonQ, he just couldn't connect the shot on towards a particular member of GE, and they just did not have that pick to push on towards the site. They went in towards B, they had the plant down, but it still did not prove to be very useful as all of GE's potential members like Hellranger, Lightning Fast, Skills, they were still alive, and they were able to push out. Hellranger casually opts to just peek out, snaps off Ion's head. This goes back inside the container. This man, the body language that you're seeing right now from him, aggressively peeking out, even without any team members covering his trade, he does not care at all. He knows he's going to be able to get those kills coming out from him. SK Rossi spawns out Clouda. He's going to crouch right down, and the dash is gonna save him for the follow-up shot. Cloud is finally gonna fall, and RG Trist finds the huge kill on towards Lightning Fast, but it's only a 2.
And here comes SK Rossi whipping out that Bladestormer. BRZ is gonna take him out instead, but is that enough? BRZ, his gun is not in hand, and Hellranger with the 3rd kill. Hellranger walks onto B side, picks up a kill, pushes B long, takes another, and wraps around and cleans that up. Hellranger is on a rampage. Let's have a look. He has 21 kills with 3 deaths this map. And that is one of the most amazing things that I have seen. You know, when we look at teams, we do have star players and whatnot, but the transition of global esports from having SK Rossi constantly in the spotlight, morphing into a team where each individual player has improved so much. They're known for their own tricks and abilities. It is absolutely insane. If anything, I feel that every team in this competition here in the WD Black Cup, they've got to watch out for GE, because not only do they have star players, they have insane synergy. You see it between Hellranger and Skills. You see it between multiple players with one another, and I think that's truly what is beautiful. Now, moving into the last round before the swap, I hope to see the same kind of energy coming out from Reckoning Esports. They have the power to reach. Sorry, we're moving into the second half, and this is going to be the pistol round. Reckoning Esports, they have that power to definitely be as strong as GE. They just gotta work on his synergy. That was brilliant. He knew he was in a tough spot. Moves up, picks up a kill, but SA Rossi finds a double, and Tris Boombot is gonna find him.
The Boombot, always a wild card in those particular situations when you're facing off against elevated angles with Lightning Fast. With the Lightning Fast reflexes onto those the ghost. The diffuse is being stuck though. Cloud is right there. He's charging on towards the showers area. He's going to be able to find the kill though. The diffuse is still not on. The half diffuse is right there. So Cyber Case goes down. Cloud is not using the walls. He's not tagging it though. The diffuse has been done by RG Rio before falling to GE skills. My goodness, what a turn of events. We thought that GE had that in the bag when SK Rossi took down 2 members on towards that U-Haul area, and they got the spike plant down, but RGE, Clouda, and Rio had other plans. Clouda, the way that he played that inside the cyber cage, he did not tap the walls of the cyber cage, giving away his position, and that kind of perplexed Lightning Fast. That kind of confused them as to where he actually was. They pushed on towards that cyber cage unwittingly, not knowing that Clouda was actually holding on to that angle, and they paid for it with their lives here. RG Rio smartly used that half defuse and went in for the stick defuse in the second leg of the retake scenario right here as RGE now push on towards this particular hookah area. They're gonna find 2 members of GE before falling down. RGE Kappa, he's gonna find 1. GE Hellranger is gonna find that teleport coming out from RGE BRZ. Right now, the only person remaining is there. GE Lightning Fast is taken down by a cheeky flank coming out from RG Rio from that CT area, and now GE have the rotate coming out for them. The shock dart goes down. They're gonna map that trajectory. They're gonna know that he's on towards that side. Hellranger has been spotted out by that recon dart though. They're not gonna push or risk this particular position, even though it's a 1v2. RG Rio, he's still not a slouch. He has the Spectre in hand. He's still anticipating a push coming out from Hookah, but they're rotating towards B long. He's going to slowly approach that garden area. He's going to meet 2 members of him. GE Hellranger, he's going to peek every single angle. Oh my goodness, the swap comes out at the worst possible time. And GE Hellranger, again, 3 kills on the board, 10 towards the scoreline.
Oh, that was just rough for Rio there. Man, global esports. Double digits on the scoreline with a 6-round lead over Reckoning. It seems like, you know, we came in not exactly knowing what to expect, but we knew that it was going to be explosive. Global esports right now, they are so sharp, and if not, today is their day. just coming in very clean kills. Hellranger is a Superman right now as an IGL and top fragger, so that's going really great for them. Now, on the side of attack, Global Esports, they've got their full buys. Reckoning Esports forced to go for another eco. Now, Rio watching that smoke screen come down. He's going to spot out Scales, but he goes down. And now that just puts a hole on the side of defense. Clouder pushing up, and that shock dart is going to tag. He has no armor to work with. The molly is still available. What is he going to do? Pushing forward, Hellranger takes him out, and now it is definitely free reign for Global Esports. They can go for this attack, knowing that there are much lesser defenders around, but still they're going to take it one step at a time. They're going to move in calculated. They're not going to overestimate Reckoning Esports whatsoever. Now Triss, hearing that owl drone, trying to sneak by. I'm pretty sure it did not exactly spot him out, but Kappa's going to find the kill, and SK Rossi gets one of his own. It is all down to Ion Q. It doesn't look too bright, but let's see what he's going to be able to do.
And right now, even though the spike is down, RGE Ion Q is going to try and hold this particular side. But GE, with 4 members still on the board, it's going to be their round to win here. RGE Ion Q is in that particular spot right now. Is he going to be able to get the kill off? He does. But not before falling to GE Kappa. 11 rounds on the board for GE. And like you said, the body language coming out from the side of GE, the way that all these players are playing, and they just been absolutely going on to every single side without a care in the world. They're not using the buddy system as often as their coach or manager would like them to. It's just because of the overflowing confidence that they have. But the way that they actually took down 2 members of RGE, and they still had a 5v3 situation going in for that last round, they still opted to play it cold and calculatively. Even though they might be taking a few risks that might be unwarranted right now, it's just because they have that advantage, they have the momentum, and when you have the confidence to actually go in for those in such an assured manner, you're going to win out all those risky picks, those 50-50s. You're always going to be at a higher chance to win out those. And GE is really, really banking on that particular fact, as we do see one member, Lightning Fast, is now proving to be a thorn on the side of Rio. They do a little dance here with the shock darts and everything. As we do see the running back pop towards by Hellranger. He's going to push on towards that A short area. GE SK Rossi takes down RE, GE Ion Q. Chris is gonna have to fall back, finds an unsuspecting Hellranger on towards that green box area as the Cloudburst goes down. GE skills take down his counterpart. RGE Clouder near that area. SK Rossi's gonna take down RGE Triss. Finally, the threat of the U-Haul is over, and the Defender Killjoy ultimate does go down, signaling the retake.
Now SK Rossi taking out that alarm bot, pushing forward, and down comes an orbital strike. Rio and BRZ able to pick up a kill. It's down to a 2v2. Skills waiting for that lineup with the molly onto the spike. And this is where experience and skill really comes in. Skills finding the kill, and it's down to a 1v1. Half a defuse. Rio's burning that molly. And there it is, that recon bolt. It has been destroyed. He knows exactly where Skills is. And he finds the kill! Rio! Oh my goodness, that was beautifully played by Rio. One for the highlight reels. Oh my goodness, talk about a goosebump moment.
What was that coming out from RG Rio? That came out of nowhere. GE Skills might be scratching his head right now. What just happened right there, Apollonia? Rio knew exactly where the brimstone was. The molly lineup was there, prompting him to push himself off that spike. He had 26 HP to work with, but that Vandal, always a wild card in these particular scenarios. If you get that headshot off on the peak, the peaker's advantage really will play to your advantage. And Rio using that to great effect against Skills. Getting a round back for his team, a very, very valuable round back for his team. That's going to allow them to go for the buys. 3 broken buys, though, is still going to let them have that say in terms of firepower as the turret gets taken down by Hellranger, prompting a push on towards this B side. RGE now know that GE will push in here. The recon bolt is going to find out Hellranger in that particular area. The Hunter Fury goes down, doesn't get the first tag. Is he going to be able to get the second? No. He now loses track of Hellranger. He knows that someone's there on towards Elbow, and now they push on towards this side. 3 members on CT. RGBRZ gets spotted out by the recon bolt. Really nice out there by Kappa. And SK Rossi is gonna return, is gonna have that particular information and get that kill on towards the Killjoy. He's gonna get another one on towards RGE Rio, bossing it with the Vandal. He's gonna be able to get on towards Triss. No, the movement is just too good. The Showstopper's gonna get popped out by RGE. Triss, he doesn't have the satchel charges to work though. He walks past one member of GE. Lightning Fast takes him down though. RGE IonQ is the only member surviving, and GE Kappa in that elbow area is gonna finish things off, bringing us to match point.
That's gonna be match point for Global Esports. All the G fans, they must be extremely happy with this flawless performance here coming out from the side of GE. And it is definitely a huge lead that they have. I mean, you know, I never say it is impossible for a comeback for Reckoning Esports. They would need a 7-round back-to-back win to take this into overtime, which then they would have to get 2 more consecutive rounds to kind of secure map number 2 if they want to stay in this running. But hey, this is still the upper bracket. If anything, Reckoning Esports, they still have a chance in the lower bracket. But coming back into the game, 26 kills for Hellranger. He is still right up there, 15 for SK Rossi. And let's see how this is going to go down. SK Rossi whipping up the Blade Storm, very much ready. Kappa does have the Hunter's Fury available. IonQ thinking exactly the same thing. And that orbital strike on hold for the side of Clouder, that could come in massive as well. So SK Rossi just lingering here in lobby, approaching A short, waiting for the right opportunity. But we do see Reckoning Esports, they're holding their ground. Doing something very similar to what GE was doing when they were on the defensive side, and that is the safest way to play. Now Hellranger's running back is going to keep him safe, but then auto strike in perfect time by Clouder. That is what you call communication. SK Rossi finding a kill, make that a triple for Clouder as he's popping off. IonQ slapping a dagger into the head of Lightning Fast. And Kappa's the last man standing. That's 1 for Kappa. And 3 more to go. But he's got to watch his back. There is a wraparound, and IonQ with the second dagger to go right through the head of another opponent. That is going to be Reckoning Esports picking up their 6 points.
And again, another valuable round coming out from Reckoning right when they needed it. They're going to need 6 more rounds to even out the scoreboard and force us onto an overtime here, Apple. And it looks to be something that they can actually do, provided that GE make a lot of mistakes on towards that approach in any sort of site whatsoever. This was the first time that GE actually used that teleport to make a full-on rotation from B to A or any other site for that matter. Did not work out for them as RGE was really quick on towards that rotate. A little bit of individual flair coming out from IonQ to use that Blade Storm to great effect against key members of GE when they needed it. Hellranger used that run it back. He was trapped by the orbital strike, unfortunately, coming out from Clouda. Really good prediction skills. They knew where he used that ultimate from. And as you can see, the response is right there. GE playing super slow compared to the last round. They're gonna have 3 members pushing up from C-Long. They're gonna fire a little bit. Probably the rotation coming out. RGBRC gets taken down dangerously low. He takes down Hellranger, not before falling to GE skills though. But Lightning Fast is gonna get taken down by RGE Rio's Shock Dart, and they do not have a lot of resources to work with here. It is going to be a 3v3 going for the post plant.
Global Esports securing that plant. SK Rossi dashing uppers. He does spot out a few shots. He has the updrafts to work with as well as that dash. Now SK Rossi waiting very patiently. Those cloud bursts buying him a little bit of time because every second counts. That's gonna be 1, making it 2, not quite. IonQ's gonna take him out. Now it's down to a 2v2 because meanwhile Skills gonna find a kill of his own. Clouda gonna show himself, and Skills finds a triple. The Hunter's Fury from the side of Kappa. IonQ, he's gotta pick up the pace, but make that a quarter to end it all off. Global Esports, they're gonna take map number 2 and come out on top here in the upper bracket of the semi-finals, taking the win. They are gonna see Team Mahi in the finals.
Indeed, they are. What a convincing show performance from Global Esports coming out. But we're going to unwrap all of that for you in the Western Digital match highlights. So right now, what I really want to talk about from the get-go is how Global Esports actually went in with that particular game, right? They actually went in really hard to actually counteract RG's regression going on towards attack or even on defense. The way that they position themselves on towards defense in the general area, they usually like to cut off the rotations coming out from them, as you saw in game 1. In game 2, not a lot of scope to do that because, you know, there's not a lot of scope for rotations to be cut out on bind. You really don't want to be leaving sites in that particular area. But we did see GE Hellranger always aggressively peek out, always aggressively go in. His confidence was through the roof in this particular game, and that proved to be a quintessential part of why G was able to breeze through the attacker side and on the defensive side. And Reckoning Esports, it was just way too hard for them to deal with all of this relentless aggression coming out from Global, and they just kind of buckled under the pressure of it. But what are your thoughts on this overall series?
All right. So, here in the WD Black match highlights, we're looking at all these replays, we're looking at the duels and whatnot. When you're talking about individual skill between all 10 players that we saw from both GE and RGE, they know what to do. They have the mechanical skill, they have the knowledge, they know exactly what they have to execute. I think what comes down to it is the strategy, the synergy, and the amount of comfort that these players have with one another. What I do suspect from the side of Reckoning Esports is that BRZ being the latest addition, mind you, they are friends, they kind of know each other, but what makes a really solid team is a roster that truly understand each other, they understand their teammates and whatnot. Global Esports, right down to the minute movements. If you watch the entirety of the match, you can see that they are like body parts of a functioning body. Hellranger being the IGL, he's the head, and everyone else, they're the arms, they're the legs, they're working together like one entire system. Great coordination, and I do believe that is what gave Global Esports definitely the edge over Reckoning. But this is not the last time you are going to see Reckoning Esports. They're going to be shifted down into the lower bracket. They'll be playing there in the semifinals. So for all you RGE fans, keep rooting for your team, and congratulations to Global Esports for taking this win. They're going to head over to the upper bracket, to the finals, where they will face off with Team Mahi. So you guys remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss out on the action at all. Remember, you can grab the best deals on WD Black products at our e-commerce partners, multitask and game with ease with AMD Ryzen's 5000 series processors. The links are in the description. Treat yourself. Why not? Because you're worth it. And thank you guys so much for being here. Ripro, it was a great treat to cast with you. Thank you for being here. My name is Apollonia, and we hope to see you guys again very soon. So take care, happy gaming, and good night until the next time.